Very good morning, students. Today I am here with The Little Girl Part 2, written by Catherine Mansfield. As we have seen the introduction of the characters, Kezia's father, a strict man, Kezia's mother, she is also busy and the strict lady, and grandmother, who was a humble and loving and caring lady. We have seen in the story till now that a little girl, Kezia, who is very sensitive, is not having good relationship with her parents. Her mother and her father she found always busy, and sometimes she found that father is very strict, he is a disciplinary figure, and he never speaks to Kezia in loving and caring way. He seems very hard and rude. Now, here comes the role of Kezia's grandmother. Kezia's grandmother wanted her to be a better, and she wants that Kezia should have good relationship, a loving and caring relationship with her parent. So, one day on Sunday afternoon, she asked Kezia to go down to the drawing room to have a nice talk with father and mother. But the little girl always found mother reading and father stretched out on the sofa. So she sat on a stool, gravely watched him until he woke up and stretched, and then he used to ask, "What's the time?" And when he found Kezia sitting over there and watching him or staring him, he asked what he said. He said in a harsh language, "Don't stare so, Kezia, you look like a little brown owl." Now, a little girl with sensitive heart who always having a low confidence when she comes in front of father, listening these harsh words of comparing her with a little brown owl, she cannot take it. She became little more depressed than before due to this kind of statement from her father. One day, when she was kept indoors with a cold, her grandmother told her that father's birthday was next week, and she suggested she should make him a pincushion for a gift out of a beautiful piece of yellow silk. She gave a piece of yellow silk to Kezia and asked that you should make a beautiful pincushion for your father's birthday gift, and it will be a surprise. Kezia stitched the three sides of the pincushion. Now she wanted to stuff it with something. She looked out for it here and there in the house, and when she did not get anything to fill it, she entered to mother's room, where she found some papers on the bed table. She discovered a great many sheets of fine paper. She gathered them up, tore them into tiny pieces, and stuffed her case, then sewed up the fourth side. She was happy, she was delighted that she has completed a task and that may please her father. That night there was a hue and cry in the house. Why? Father's great speech for the Port Authority had been lost. Rooms were searched, servants were questioned. Finally, mother came into Kezia's room and asked, "Kezia, I suppose you didn't see some papers on the table in our room?" Kezia replied, "Oh yes, I tore them up for my surprise." Mother screamed like anything and she dragged her down into the dining room. She was dragged down to where father was pacing to and fro, hands behind his back. He stopped and stared at the child and asked, "Did you do that?" And out of the fear, Kezia said, "No, no, 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 no." Mother go up to her room and fetched all the damn thing out of the pin cushion. Kezia was very much upset. She was broken heart. She was crying, and too much effort she put to explain. She lay in the shadowed room, watching the evening light make a little sad pattern on the floor. Then father came into the room with a ruler in his hand and said, "I am going to beat you for this." "Oh no, no," she screamed, hiding under the bedclothes. But the father is not going to listen. What he said? He said that you must be taught once and for all not to touch what does not belong to you. Now here the writer wants to make us know that many times parents become harsh, parents become strict, even they raise hands on their children. But that is in order to make them learn a new lesson. So here the father was angry, too much angry, and he is not going to listen anything from Kezia. He picked up a ruler and hit her hands with it. It was really unfortunate that Kezia wanted to please her father, but she could not, and she made a mistake. Few hours later, grandma had wrapped her in a shawl and rocked her in the rocking chair. She tried to console her, and she said that you should forget all this thing. In the morning you will your all these bad memories will be vanished, and your father's anger will also go. But little girl was not able to make herself comfortable. She was in her room with a gloomy face, with a very sad heart, and she was peeping out of the window. Now what she sees out of the window? She sees the Mr. MacDonald. Mr. MacDonald, his neighbor, lived next door, and they had 5 children. Looking through a gap in the fence, the little girl saw them playing in the evening. The father with the baby. Sometimes he used to take the baby on his shoulders, sometimes he was hanging, sometimes he was moving here and there, playing with her, with his children, lovingly, caringly. And Kezia was jealous of this family living next door. Why? Because Mr. MacDonald and his wife and 5 children was always playing with children when they were free. They were laughing, they were enjoying, and each other's company they enjoy. That makes Kezia little jealous because she is not having such kind of family. But at the same time she realized that there were different kinds of fathers too. There are some fathers, means all the fathers are not like me. Some fathers are really enjoying and playing with their kids. Now here comes the twist. Suddenly one day mother became ill, and she and grandmother went to hospital. The little girl was left alone in the house with Alice, the cook. That was all right in the daytime. But while Alice was putting her to the bed, she grew suddenly afraid. She asked, "What will I do if I have a nightmare?" Then Alice, the cook, asked her to sleep and she always not to scream and not to wake up her poor father. But the same old nightmare came to Kezia. She saw a butcher with a knife and a rope. He came near Kezia, but she couldn't move and she screamed and woke up. She was terrified due to the nightmare. When she screamed, she found her father was there and father asked, "What's the matter?" She explained her nightmare to the father, and what she found that father in his arms, and her father carried her to his bedroom and made her comfortable and warm on his bed. Further, her father told her to rub her feet with his legs and set them warm. She spends the night with him, feeling comfortable and safe. After this incident, she realized that her father was not a bad person and he loves and cares for her in his own way. Moreover, he had to work a whole day for his family and was too weary by evening to play with her. She told her dad that he had a very big heart. So this is the wonderful and beautiful end of the story. Now we'll see what's the message the author wants to give us. The author's message in the story is that although there is a very strong bond between parents and children, the bond must be nurtured. Otherwise, children may develop fear and mistrust. It is not always easy for children to live behind the stern actions of their parents. Parents may at times resort to strict punishment in order to prepare their little children for the hardships of adult life. As a result, children may view them as being harsh and frightening and may develop negativity. Therefore, the story gives a strong message to both the children and parents. Children should trust their parents, and the parents should understand that fear and physical punishment can leave emotional scars. I hope you enjoyed the story and you understand the message behind it. Thank you so much.